right now. Well, how about that? We got a super chat to start the party before I even make an appearance. Matt, 59754. Matt, I appreciate that super chat. Appreciate the 3 spot. Everyone else out there who's showing us support by smashing the thumbs up, sharing this message. I appreciate all of you guys within this community so much. We are just getting started, so much momentum, and we're going to continue hitting it hard. Now, to get everyone caught up, let's get everyone caught up on where we are at over the last year. We predicted that the bear market was going to begin in December. We said a lot of this crap was going to go away. We listened to Brad Garlinghouse. 99% of crypto was the number he gave us. We always listen to what Brad has to say. But fast forward, we finish off a Shemitah year, very important cycle that we began to understand last year. As we rolled into the Shemitah year, we said, guys, it's going to get shaken up, and we're most likely going to see a pullback in the markets, cryptocurrency space, most definitely going to be going through a bear market, but we also see the rest of the space, the rest of the financial sector, the rest of the economy, the stock market, the bond market having its worst year in decades. What a year it's been, right? And remember, it's important to focus on not just your current understanding, but keeping an open mind. When you come across some things that you haven't heard of when you're listening to me and you're new here and you're just trying to get tuned in and get tapped in on another level, understanding this reality at another level that allows you to be prepared emotionally, financially, spiritually, on every single level to fight this battle out against this evil, the people, the wealthy, whoever you want to call them, the elite, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. Whatever deal you think it is, whatever table you think's controlling the world, I'm telling you right now, it's up to us to control our situation, continue pressing forward, and continue resisting this evil. As we see, we went through a crazy election cycle. Eclipse energy brought down the cryptocurrency space with the complete sacrifice of the whole space. And it was FTX is taking the blame. FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried with the setup here that we're going to expose here. Once again tonight, I'm going to go through this rapid fire. I appreciate everyone for tuning in with me tonight to start off this episode. Oh, by the way, quick announcement before we get on into the update. This Saturday, I'm going to be having an interview with Molly Elmore, okay? She has been putting out some great stuff on Twitter. We've been following her, putting together some good documents, good pieces of work in regards to this new financial system, CBDCs, the BRICS nations, the deals that are happening. And so we're going to be having her on the show. That's going to be this Saturday. And let me check. Sorry, I had to double check my calendar. That's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be having Molly Elmore on the platform. Everyone set your calendars, hit that notification bell so that you guys can catch that live stream. That's going to be a live stream, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be Saturday. Okay. Hope to see you guys there. That's going to be after I do my weekly call with my Discord group every Saturday, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. We do our weekly Discord call. And then you guys know the new schedule. That's Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. We are locked in for those 3 dates. But you know how I roll. That doesn't stop me from dropping content on the daily basis, popping up for an impromptu live, an impromptu rant. Sometimes it has to be done, just as we've been covering over the last 2 days. This last week here, it's really been exciting to watch. And it all began going back to the first eclipse. We get the second eclipse. I'm not going to explain why that matters. We're past that. We got this date. We got this prediction right. You can go listen to my last 2 episodes if you want to listen to me rant about being right. Okay, I'm not going to continue on with that. Now we look forward. Now we look at what's next. Now let's look at this cryptocurrency space. Crypto Kratos 5 spot. Appreciate the super chat. The Shemitah begins 1 year to go. Long live the shorts. I hodl the exchange rate peg. Yeah, so we knew it was going to get shaken up. 222 viewers in the live chat so far. We got a party starting here tonight, folks. Let's refresh. 17,000 for your Bitcoin price. 17,179. $1,250 for your Ethereum, and our XRP is at 38.33. XRP coming back down to that 3-for-1 deal. We love to see that. Now let's take a look here at the chart. This is your Bitcoin on the 4 hour zoomed back out. As I said, look at this moon phase pattern. Right here, you got that new moon coming in on the first partial solar eclipse 1025. Boom. Bull trap rally. Okay, fantastic. We already shorted this thing. We got in here about 19,000. And then I re-entered. I added to my Bitcoin short when we went above 21K. Up here at 21.5 is where we topped out. Okay? Before the bloodbath sacrifice came in. Full blood moon lunar eclipse on the election day, chaos, distractions continuing on, and we're going to continue to expose it all the way on this platform. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and enjoying the show with me. Now, speaking of this election chaos, Chuck Calesta reporting Nevada election officials say counting into next week is going to be happening in Nevada there. 83% reporting, and this was reported this morning at 9 a.m., okay? So this is the Nevada Senate race between Mastro and Lexalt, okay? And we're going to continue to wait, and we're going to continue to hold back any comment, any interjection that I could have for you guys on the election. I'm going to hold back right now, and I'm just going to tell you right now that I'm probably going to have a Rumble rant this month. So be prepared for me to announce that. We're probably going to have to go on Rumble at least one time this month to vent, to speak freely. So be prepared for that. But at this time, I'm not going to report on it. I'm just going to kind of let you know that it's still underway. They're still counting, as I'm sure you guys are well aware. So I'm not going to waste any further time on that distraction. Let's continue on with what Joe Biden continues to try to do here, giving us a little bit of debt cancellation. Federal judge declares President Biden's plan to cancel student debt unconstitutional. That's coming, a federal judge based out of Texas. Let's continue on, though. Gold Telegraph, breaking news. A UN official is warning more than 50 of the poorest developing countries are in danger of defaulting on their debt and becoming effectively bankrupt. Own some gold, protect yourself. I've been telling you guys, I got the partner at my website. You guys can find them. Precious Metals will help you roll over your 401k retirement account to Precious Metals if you're looking to do that. Now, continuing on, Wall Street Silver, Russia announces 12 more countries want to join BRICS. If all are accepted, BRICS will have 50% of the world population and an even larger share of commodities such as oil, gas, metals, etc. If they figure out how to do currency, well, I'm here to tell you folks that they have got it figured out. They've done the CBDC pilot already in China, well ahead of the rest of the world with their CBDC pilot, with the whole new system, well ahead of the rest of the world. Model country as far as that plan goes. CBDCs and scores and other things that we can't speak on. Now, the BRICS nations are moving quickly. The poorest nations in the world, the 50 poorest nations, potentially on the brink of default. Yes, right? We're going to have a currency collapse in those native currencies, and we're going to have to come to a level playing field, and that's going to be done by commodities and real value. Cryptocurrencies are going to be a part of that, and it's only going to be a few. We're watching the BS, the crypto Ponzi scheme, the pyramid scheme with, Sam Bankman-Fried being just one of many actors at the top of that pyramid. The top of that pyramid scheme that's been cryptocurrency, 99% of it's going to go away. We've been focused on a cryptocurrency, a few cryptocurrencies that are actually building real infrastructure, solving real problems. Part of, as we titled this video, a paradigm of responsible innovation. Think about that. That's a reality of getting real deals done. No BS, no Ponzi. Don't even need to really spend money on marketing because you're just doing deals behind the scenes. Now that you're about to beat the SEC in a case. Now let's pay for some billboards. Let's pay for what was that, the subway stations. We got a little bit of marketing happening now with Ripple. I think that they're getting ready, and they're sitting on a treasure trove of cash and marketing resources. Just one of the many things that they're going to be ready to deploy. And we're actually looking at Ripple to be one of those companies that is actually going to be doing mergers and acquisitions, eating up their competition that's actually worth something and has a little bit of assets. Sam Bankman-Fried was supposed to be the savior of crypto, was supposed to be this nice guy. We're going to get into that. Check this out, folks. This situation's bad. BlockFi is the latest, pausing withdrawals, citing lack of clarity on FTX. This is being reported by Bloomberg. BlockFi says it's unable to operate business as usual due to a lack of clarity on the status of FTX.com, FTX US, and Alameda. It says in a statement on Twitter, limiting platform activity, including pausing client withdrawals as allowed under company terms until further delay. So they're pausing all client withdrawals. Tells clients not to deposit to BlockFi wallet or interest accounts at this time. Folks, I hope you have an adult beverage. I hope you have something, because this is absolutely ugly. Continuing on. Canadian teachers have a $95 million hole in their pensions due to the pensions investment in FTX. This thing's the contagion that's spreading is happening so quickly. It's so far, and they're trying to limit this. They're trying to keep it down. Even Jim Cramer chiming in. Will this end without Tether going down? One of the major stablecoins that we've been talking about for a while. Peter Schiff. If it turns out that Sam Bankman-Fried embezzled money from FTX to buy stakes in Robinhood or Scaramucci's Skybridge, those transactions will need to be unwound to claw back money to repay creditors. Maybe the Democrats will have to return his campaign donations. This could be a huge mess. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Sam Bankman-Fried was one of the major supporters of the Biden presidency. Donations coming from Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. They were doing the most marketing. And the reason why I like Peter Schiff and I respect Peter Schiff is because he's not afraid to call these guys out. As we've done in the past, sometimes these guys have to be called out on their BS, on their thing. And to watch all of these guys and everything that they were selling, their whole program, that we were saying is not it. We're saying that program's not it. Now, you know, Scaramucci, he's one of these guys, Wall Street guys, who is getting in on Algorand. He's getting in on Real Utility. But you guys are seeing everyone that was exposed to FTX, including Tom Brady, Stephen Curry. I mean, you name it, right? All of the athletes, the biggest Super Bowl commercials, putting their names on stadiums. And the Miami-Dade County says that they're going to go after and try to get FTX for everything. So they're going to be alongside all of the other bag holders in the bankruptcy process, in the filings there. It's a really sad situation here, and it's spreading very quickly. Now, I got another one here from Wheezy. He found this. This is from CoinGeek. Explosive report on the Sam Bankman-Fried fraud. Tether mints, FTX liquidates, and Alameda pads the balance sheet. Let's get on into this, folks. This is very interesting, and this explains the whole situation here. So, Tether mints, FTX liquidates, and Alameda pads the balance sheet. Tether's suspected ties to bank fraud are under a more powerful microscope as America's top financial cops take over a stalled investigation of the world's largest stablecoin by market cap. This week, Bloomberg reported that the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York has assigned U.S. Attorney Damian Williams to kickstart the Department of Justice's ongoing probe into whether Tether's parent company, iFinex, committed bank fraud while it was getting its USDT stablecoin off the ground. And I believe that's supposed to be Bitfinex. Maybe they changed to iFinex. Maybe something happened there, but I thought this was Bitfinex, but maybe they changed their name or something. In July 2021, Bloomberg reported that the DOJ was investigating whether Tether executives, quote, concealed from banks that transactions were linked to crypto during its early years. From its inception, Tether struggled to convince banks to enter into or sustain business relationships. As detailed in the $18.5 million settlement Tether and its affiliated cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex reached in 2021 with the New York Attorney General. That's right. And that's the case where I refer to this case so often, where we call, as the New York Attorney General called Tether Bitfinex, a fraudulent and deceptive scheme. The STNY are the unquestioned leaders in probing financial malfeasance, and as far as law enforcement goes, Williams is a crypto veteran. Williams has played significant roles in investigating money laundering by senior executives at BitMEX, insider trading at the Coinbase, Coinbase exchange, and NFT marketplace OpenSea, as well as crypto tax cheats and numerous other crypto-related shenanigans. Predictably, Tether released a blog post accusing Bloomberg of being desperate for attention in an industry that they just do not understand. Tether insisted that Bloomberg's reporting isn't even factual and claimed it was business as usual at the unaudited since inception firm. That's right, folks. We've never gotten a true audit, okay? We've never gotten a true audit here from Tether, and it's just being proven in court. Already settlement happened where it was proven to be a deceptive and fraudulent scheme. Now, where this gets really interesting and the level that this goes, you guys can go down this rabbit hole further if you want. I'm going to read off this post because I found this super interesting. This one right here from this gentleman named Smolting Wasi Verse. Inverse Bra is his name on Twitter. He's saying right here, calling Sam Bankman-Fried an agent. Now, we've talked about what our government the stake in cryptocurrencies that they have, the stake that they have in Bitcoin, going back to the inception of this mysterious creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. But this gentleman right here put together this thread that I'm going to read off for you guys because I think this is spot on. If I were an intelligence agency and I was concerned my adversaries were using crypto to launder funds, how would I stop that? First, I'd find the central casting idea of a tech founder, an MIT dropout, finance, cargo shorts, long hair, sleeps on a beanbag kind of guy. Then I'd stick him offshore and claim he's discovered an arbitrage on a forex market. The details don't matter, but it should require unauditable OTC transactions and credibly add up to a couple $billion. All that matters is it's mildly believable and it's not on chain. Then I'd have him use those funds to build a very large crypto exchange. The goal here is to subsidize the thing until you see enough trading volume to see the state of the market at any moment. Only then you can start understanding how these illegal war funds are moving. Great, okay, now you have legibility into all crypto transactions for a handful of currencies and you are starting to understand where cash flows are going. What's next? Every time a project fails, let's take a little bit of that ARB money and use it to bail out their products. On the grand scale of things, this is a tiny cost compared to what you are making in suitcases of cash washing up outside of your office, but gives you information rights into any currency you can own on your exchange. Okay, now you essentially have rebuilt IRS level audibility into decentralized currencies in just a few years. Your great power adversaries are significantly weakened. Total cost, a few billion and a sports stadium sponsorship. And then you get Tom Brady to pile into and help you promote it as well. And that's the scheme, essentially, folks. And as it's been already uncovered by the Twitter sleuths, everyone doing the research within the community, Sam Bankman-Fried's been sitting across the table with Gary Gensler. Good guy, Gary. And these guys are going to completely sell out everything. They're going to sell out all the data, all the transactions. That's why they are collecting all the KYC. They're looking to do the deals. Now, will Sam Bankman-Fried see jail? It looks like he's most likely going to be seeing some jail time because he was doing some stuff on the back end. It's never enough for these guys. The greed takes over. And they're the same guys that are selling you the BS. He wanted to give his $22 billion wealth, $22 billion worth of wealth, he claimed, that he was going to give all to charity. Those are the guys that are going to completely be on the back end gambling against their users. And what you see right here, what they built, Sam Bankman-Fried, sitting across the table doing deals, and we already know, we've seen BitBoy Crypto even talking about this, how Sam Bankman-Fried is going to sell out everyone. He basically, with Gary Gensler, they're trying to continue the monopolization of this space. They already own it. Wall Street boys already own it. The boys and girls at Wall Street already own all of finance, the stock market, everything. Completely manipulated. They got very good control over it. And there's no way that they were going to let this new cryptocurrency, this new innovation, go about in a way that they didn't have control over. And Sam Bankman-Fried, not only was he selling out the people that were using and the users on his exchange, he was doing them dirty by trading on the back end and not being responsible. Not being responsible at best, down completely corrupt and evil at worst. Trying to monopolize the space. Sitting across good guy Gary and sitting down across the table with these guys that are being proven right now. And the power is shifting. We have congressmen that are speaking about going after the SEC on both sides of the aisle. This is a beautiful thing to see get exposed. Okay. And although this moment is painful, although it's sad to see everyone getting liquidated and $2 trillion gone from the cryptocurrency space, we knew this was coming. We knew it was inevitable. And we say, thank you, God, for letting us see the light, not investing in this BS, not trusting any of the exchanges. Now, I do want to make a quick point. Here we see Zero Hedge reporting. FTX US says trading may be halted in a few days. FTX US tells customers to close down any positions they want to. Then we have breaking. Tether reportedly begins freezing USDT addresses owned by FTX at the request of law enforcement. These guys are doing whatever the law tells them to do. right? And they were corrupt. And so that's where that backroom deal gets done, where they're trying to limit their sentence. They're trying to limit the jail time that they're going to have to serve. There's a reason why they set up the entities in the Bahamas and offshores out of the jurisdiction of the SEC. Okay? But I wanted to make a point that, folks, I'm right there with you guys. It is very tough to, try to have stable coins, have money loaded up on the exchanges, ready to buy the dip, ready to buy more of these suppressed assets, and you don't know if your account's going to get frozen. You don't know if withdrawals are going to get halted. Here's the points that I want to make. Do not panic during these times and try to be saving your money and trying to make moves rather quickly, because that's when you make mistakes. That's when you don't double check the address, the tag, wherever, the memo, everything that you got to send to make the transaction go through. This is where mistakes and errors are made. So first off, do not panic. Number two, you already should have had your cryptocurrency off the exchanges. That's your long-term holdings. Then going forward, you should only have what you can, afford to invest in the cryptocurrency space loaded up on these exchanges. And you have to understand your risk tolerance, right? If let's say you're comfortable having $10,000 loaded up in stable coins on the exchanges ready to go, that's great. Your risk tolerance allows that. You're comfortable with that. And if these funds get frozen up, if you can't withdraw them, if you don't have access, you are not going to starve. You're not going to not be able to pay your bills, right? So that's understanding your risk tolerance. But none of these exchanges are to be trusted. I made the analogy. I made profits shorting this Bitcoin, the recent market move, right? I took my chips off the table, but now I can't leave the casino. They've shut the doors. I took my profit, i.e. out of my Bitcoin short, into Tether on KuCoin, an exchange that's based out of Hong Kong. Do you think that I'm comfortable with that? Absolutely not. But that's the risk that I'm playing with. That's the gamble that I'm making. I'm comfortable. If my trading bag's frozen up or halted, it's fine. I'm not going to starve. But I understand that risk tolerance, okay? And right now I'm on Tether, and I was thinking about moving it into another stable coin. But right now, like I said, I'm not panicking, and I'm not trying to make, a bunch of moves, trying to figure out which exchange is going to make it. None of these exchanges are trustworthy. It's a matter of investing in the ones that we do think are going to make it, are trying to comply. And a couple of those would be Uphold, Coinbase, even FTX can get bought out by somebody else and then come into compliance. They'll settle up. They're going to go bankrupt, right? The assets that are, remaining maybe get paid out to people over time. It's all a mess, right? But my thing is, don't panic. And two, you should only have what you can afford to lose on these exchanges, what you can afford to invest in the cryptocurrency space, right? Because at any time this can get halted, and we're seeing it right now. This is a liquidity crisis. And I got people that are coming to me right now, bro, you need to teach me how to trade right now, man. I need to make money whether the market's going up or down. It's like, okay, wait, hold up. Take a look around. This is carnage, blood in the streets, sacrifice of the whole cryptocurrency space that is a liquidity crisis by definition. And you want to step into that casino? I'm telling you right now that I'm in the casino looking outside, waving at you. I got my money, my chips. They haven't paid me out my US dollars, but I got my chips, i.e. Tether, and I'm stuck in here. And they said last call, we got one more drink, and we're about to get a little bit upset because they're not letting us leave with our money. But I didn't even try to move my funds. Right? But nonetheless, I'm prepared to, if I have to. I'm watching this closely. But, guys, be careful out there. This is a liquidity crisis. And you don't step up right now and I'm going to start trading today. The reason why I took profit on my Bitcoin short is because KuCoin was already glitching out and lagging and giving me a hard time when the crash had just begun. I took profit at 19K on my Bitcoin short. 13%. Happy as a clam because I was all in. Took the money and ran. But then they didn't let me leave. They didn't let me leave the casino. But I wasn't going to wait around. Yeah, I could have rode it around to 17K to 16K, right? I don't look back. I don't look back, and I don't worry about being greedy right now. And if you're coming to me and you're saying, hey, you need to teach me to trade right now, you have problems outside of that. Your problem isn't that you don't know how to trade, right? You got other problems. And I don't know. I'm not your financial advisor. And I try to help you out as much as I can by dropping as much knowledge as far as how I'm maneuvering. Okay. But if you have other issues, I'm not going to be able to fix it by you coming and me showing you how to trade. I don't have a course on trading. I'm not trying to teach people how to trade. We will show you how to set up your trade, but then we say, you're on your own. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not here to send signals. I'm not a trader. I'm a hodler. Okay? But nonetheless, right now, you need to understand that we're in the middle of a liquidity crisis. So you already should have had your cryptocurrency long-term holdings off the exchanges. This should be a wake-up call, okay? So let's get our crypto off the exchanges, okay? Cold storage devices, and then whatever you have on these exchanges for stable coins or cryptocurrency, be prepared for it to be frozen up, halted, not the ability to withdraw, and be prepared for liquidity to go basically down to nothing in this space. If all these exchanges are freezing, liquidity can dry up rather quickly. The contagion is spreading rapidly. Now, Tyler says, it looks like Alameda is shorting USDT. If they're right, we are super duper effed. If they're wrong, we are super duper effed. Either way this goes, guys, this is a very, very bad situation. But we got some interesting news coming in today from James Phelan in regards to the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. We have 2 new amicus briefs in support of the SEC filed. Now, these are some of the most ridiculous briefs filed. This first one, the other one, this isn't it. This is the second one that was filed by New Sports Economy Institute. Okay, but there was another one filed, and it was an embarrassingly filed brief. I mean, it was ridiculous. The guy himself afterwards was even saying that it was poorly written. Literally, the lawyer that submitted the brief said and admitted in the Twitter threads just after he filed it that he did it in like a few hours and rushed it, and that it wasn't written that well. It's like, what's going on here? Is the FCC paying you guys paying a couple desperate lawyers to file some amicus briefs in support of the SEC? They were both just absolutely embarrassing briefs. But this is where this gets very exciting as we shift, and we have this new Congress stepping in, and we got Tom Emmer, one of the good guys, talking the game. Let's see if he follows through here, if he's actually able to hold Gary Gensler accountable. But he says, interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege, this is from Tom Emmer. Interesting, Gary Gensler runs to the media while reports to my office allege he was helping SBF and FTX work on legal loopholes to obtain a regulatory monopoly. We're looking into this, and we've been saying this the whole time. Let's go after these bad actors. Let's clean this out. We need to get these guys out. Not only do we have just the outright Ponzi schemes, the outright no utility, doing nothing, but then we had these guys that were trying to do some dirty games, doing some dirty tricks, some behind the scenes deals to monopolize the industry. That's not good for the space. And the SEC 3-letter agency is completely out of control. But this is also giving ammo to the White House, now saying that regulation of cryptocurrencies is needed. So are we going to see Joe? He already did pass an executive order, right? In regards to the cryptocurrency, there were some interesting things in there. Some talk of the CBDC coming out, right? Interesting moves coming from the White House. The situation over there is very, very interesting in DC. Now, what a year it has been. Fun fact, just 1 year ago today, Bitcoin reached an all-time high of $69,000. And it's been 1 year now, the 1 year anniversary of Bitcoin, topping out at 69,000.
Well,
now, folks, remember, at that time last year, that's when we were saying, guys, from all of our analysis, everything that we're looking at, it looks like the bear market's going to begin in December. The date that I'm watching is December 4th for the bear market to begin, and that is exactly what played out. 1 year later, we come and we set new lows. new lows during this bear cycle exactly 1 year later. What a beautiful thing it's been to watch this unfold, but it also hurts to watch our cryptocurrency bags get absolutely smashed and sacrificed. But we have that conviction, we understand what we hold, and we understand, as I title this video, that a paradigm of responsible innovation is coming. It is here. There are real players like Ripple and Circle that are getting real deals done, solving real problems. Now, this one was shared by XRP Darren, so huge shout out Fame21 More on Twitter. The head of policy at Circle is very confident that the USA will soon introduce regulation that will define stablecoins and classify other altcoins as commodities. Utility will reign supreme. Okay, so this is the head of policy at Circle, and I want you guys to listen to what he has to say. This is very, very interesting.
Yeah, well, that's probably the only reason I'm not in Thailand right now, is because, as you can imagine, a big portion of my job is keeping an eye on Washington and trying to encourage the United States to figure out what is the right model of responsible innovation. And despite the noise and despite the news, I've actually never been more optimistic than I am now, that the US, while maybe slow to the party, will invariably help lead what is a paradigm of responsible innovation in this space. And we see it from the Biden administration's executive order on crypto assets, which made a very clear call for leadership on the technology, but also leadership in enabling this innovation. And so I've never been more optimistic. There's also 2 bills in Congress, one in the Senate and one in the House Financial Services Committee, which would capture 2 corners of the market. One of them is a bill on payment stablecoins, which is the world Circle lives in and companies like ours live in. And the other is on this classification of a lot of the digital assets in circulation as digital commodities. And I think those 2 things being passed in the United States starts to allow other jurisdictions around the world to harmonize to a standard, whether it's anchoring to a US standard or developing novel standards of their own. I think that is candidly an area of great opportunity for many countries around the world, is to start being the locations where the responsible actors will coalesce and build these networks out. But I've remained optimistic. I suppose that's how we're supposed to be wired as entrepreneurs. They're Americans and Americans. and I'm optimistic that we will figure this out. Yeah, well,
So there you have it, folks. He is optimistic, and that is the head of policy at Circle, working on that digital dollar USDC. Well ahead of the game, looking to comply with regulations, and they're saying that the key issue is payment stablecoins, and that's what's so key about XRP, guys. People think that it's bad to call XRP a stablecoin. No, it's stablecoin because of the timing of the transaction so quick. So within that 3 seconds that your transaction settled, you have nearly no volatility. That's what makes XRP a payment stablecoin. But then we also understand that today's XRP will be defined as a digital commodity. Today's XRP gives you no investment contract with Ripple. Today's XRP is its own decentralized digital commodity that can be used as a payment stablecoin. It can be used for other utility, as we're seeing in the amicus brief filings. And as he says, this is what's key. The United States is holding back everyone, and this United States standard, this is going to be the new standard, right? And this is what everyone called XRP, right? XRP, the standard. We're going to have this with the settlement. We're going to have this with this case being wrapped up, setting forth the precedent, okay? And then we're going to have the rest of the world already rolling out digital assets, already got their regulation passed. Now we're just waiting on the United States. And as we're seeing with the ISO standard, being an international standard. This is just like the UN, right? It's just like the table where everyone can come to agree upon. All of the banking financial world can come to the table and agree upon this. That is greater than any one nation, but because the United States holds that world reserve currency and we're willing to enforce it at the end of the barrel of the gun, that's why we're stalled out. The banking cartel liked the old world, the old system. The old guard needs their hand held as they roll into the new world. They don't understand this technology, so they have to partner up with players like Circle, as he says, more optimistic than ever. You get a similar tone from Brad Garlinghouse and team at Ripple. Best position they've ever been in based off of the cash that they're sitting in, record amount of on-demand liquidity taking place, a record amount of XRP being sold to their on-demand liquidity partners. And then we talk about the supply shock that's going to take place as soon as we get real utility announced. Now, I did want to mention that Binance talked about their transparency. They're sitting on like 400 million XRP. Just one exchange right there, sitting on nearly 500 million XRP. Right. And that's obviously going to be in the hands of that's their clients, going to be some of their clients' XRP. And then I'm sure they're sitting on some themselves. Right. But this is what I've talked about. There's going to be a serious supply shock once we get this settlement, once we get the regulation, once they let this thing go. We enter a new paradigm of responsible innovation, Ripple and Circle leading the way. Now, I wanted to share this. This one was from Genie Reborn on Twitter. All it takes is for 2 central banks to decide settling through XRP and its price will skyrocket. The size of the transactions will require far more liquidity than is currently available now. Regulations will pave the way to trusted on-demand liquidity. Now, this is a quote here from Bob Way. Bob Way used to work at Ripple, okay, from 2013 to 2018. Built and managed Ripple's integration engineering team, okay, a big part of co-inventor of several of Ripple's interledger protocol technologies. Selected patents below, okay. But this quote here, this is directly from Bob Way. Several people left fancy jobs and joined Ripple because, I paraphrase, quote, if we capture even a minor fraction of the international payments market, do you know the value of XRP will need to have to support that? Do the math. Really, really big trade number divided by 100 billion XRP equals wow. Those sort of conversions always buoyed my spirits and made me smile. But really, they also gave me anxiety and made me remember that my job was to make sure we don't all F this up. They had a major task at hand. And as he says here, even if they just got a fraction, a minor fraction of the international payments market, do you know the value XRP will need to have to support that? Now, recently, some people are trying to play around with the numbers, do the calculations, disprove why we needed a high price of XRP. And we continue to break that down and answer those people that just don't quite understand the XRP ledger, how big these payment flows are, how big these networks are. 6 trillion alone at Swift, 14 trillion at ACI worldwide. That's just 2 payment networks right there doing $20 trillion of settlement daily. And then we have a limited supply of XRP, and you don't divide it by 100 billion XRP because that XRP is not all in circulation. Most of that XRP is in escrow, and it's being held by you and me, waiting for something to happen. It's being held by other people, using it for utility. Now, if they just get a minor fraction, right, we're talking about a really, really big trade number divided by 100 billion XRP equals wow. Either way you play with the numbers till the sun comes up tomorrow night, even if we're halfway wrong, we still have to be at a much higher price than a 40, 50 cent XRP. We have to be at a higher price than a $5 XRP. Even with settlement times at 3 seconds, even with, say we even had 50 billion XRP to run all of these various networks, you still have 44 million transactions that are taking place every single day at Swift alone. So you have millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of transactions taking place every single day. There is not enough XRP to do that. And to provide the liquidity to move the value that moves across these networks, you would need a higher price as well. If you're limited in supply, well, that means that you need a higher price. It's very simple math. And you don't just dream up liquidity. It's not just like, okay, yeah, here's, a billion XRP for everyone to settle with, and that's fine. No, that XRP is going to have to be at a higher price for it to settle the value. You're moving from one currency to another. You're moving from one currency to gold. You're moving from one commodity to another commodity. You're using XRP for some other utility that you're burning, you're building pudgy penguin NFTs, and you're burning XRP every time you mint one of those damn things. This is where this gets exciting, folks. There is not 100 billion XRP when you do that calculation. And then you look at the size of all these networks, the derivatives market, quadrillions of dollars. And we act like we've accomplished anything in the cryptocurrency space. It's been really fun. It's been really cute. The first decade of the crypto experience, even though we know true distributed ledger technology goes back decades, i.e. David Schwartz's patent, 1988. But over the last decade and over the last few years that has become more mainstream, we're all still early adopters. If you're listening to me, you're actually still an early adopter, but you're seeing that 99% of the space does not have real utility. 99% of the space does not make sense. What we've invested in makes sense. And it's problems that are valued in the trillions of dollars every single damn day. It's so much different than the market cap calculation, which I think should only be applied to Bitcoin. The market cap calculation only is worth so much, but it can be applied to Bitcoin. We can look at Bitcoin as a traditional stock, essentially, because the supply is already there. We know what it's going to be. And basically, it is the money that people are willing to park in a blockchain that has no utility. So it's just basically based off of who's dumb enough to buy some Bitcoin, because it has no utility. And I know I'm not supposed to be mean to the Bitcoin folks. I'm supposed to be nice, and I'm supposed to act like Bitcoin has a role. It does not. It is old technology. AOL is not with us anymore. We are not using dial-up. Dial-up does not have a space in our reality anymore. We can put satellites up in low Earth orbit and beam down internet across the planet. Thank you, Elon. We don't need dial-up technology anymore. It's irrelevant. And that's what this is too. So if we understand that we don't want to be emotional, we want to look at what problems are being solved and who's actually getting deals done, who's being respected in the space. And that's all that I invest in. When I'm investing in cryptocurrency, what tables are they sitting at? What deals are they getting done? Right? And who's running this show? Obviously, you have to have fundamental tokenomics that make sense. You have to have a supply that you can count on. Now, and we know we have predictability. 1 billion XRPs getting released to Ripple every single month from that escrow. They are returning 80% of it. 20% of that supply, about a couple hundred million of it every month, is being sold to their on-demand liquidity partners. And then when we read that market report from Ripple, they're buying $2.5 billion worth of XRP off the secondary markets. Let me repeat that. They traded 2.5 billion funny money, monopoly money, USD for XRP so that they could turn around and sell 2.8 billion to their on-demand liquidity partners. So we continue to break down this beautiful opportunity. As we ride out the chaos, we need to understand that patience is going to take us through the next few months. Patience, remembering why we're here, remembering these quotes that we've pulled up from Bob Way, from all the people working at Ripple, from this gentleman, head of policy at Circle, that's telling us he's more optimistic than ever before. While the rest of the space is getting sacrificed, that's their game. That's their casino. I never played in that. I didn't play in that. The most that I'm playing around is shorting a little Bitcoin, having a little fun on KuCoin, not financial advice. Okay? And I'm going to continue to break down these utility cryptocurrencies. As we're in this bear market, we've been able to expand our program, talking about all of these asset classes. And so I'm just trying to make sure that we're tapped in and understand that we do still believe cryptocurrency is the biggest and best opportunity out of all of the investments that could potentially be made right now. But we also have to understand we got to make sure that we're going to maintain our job. We're going to maintain our income. Our business is going to survive this recession. We have our prepping and essentials. Storms come through. Situations happen. False flags are maybe potentially going to occur. Critical civilian infrastructure is in the crosshairs of basically and essentially a world war that we're currently still in. Chaos, I can't say it an election cycle playing through. Let's continue to watch that here in the United States, right? And then the cryptocurrency space, once again, all the reason for these regulators, all the reason for our government to move in and strike down so many of these projects that are just going to go into hiding. They're going to try to take the money and run. Now, there is reports that Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested at the airport there in the Bahamas today. That's unconfirmed. We'll continue to watch. I mean, it's just a matter of time, I'm sure, before he does get arrested. And they knew I'm sure they knew he was on flight risk. And I think these guys, it's one thing to be playing games on the internet. It's one thing there, right? Until the government, it was basically, what was it? The regulators in the Bahamas was demanding payment from FTX today. And they said that they were able to pay them off. So they're not paying back their users, but they're paying off that government back there in the Bahamas. And I think that they knew what risk they had there, what penalty was awaiting them there. That little island, they were trapped on that little island with nowhere to run. And I think he did try to run here. It's being unconfirmed reports that Sam Bankman-Fried has been arrested at the airport there in the Bahamas. For those of you guys who don't know, he had a major big penthouse there in the Bahamas. And, you know, it's just the poster boy, right? I was just listening to a TikTok by Kevin O'Leary about how Sam Bankman-Fried was the most valuable hands on top of a keyboard in the world, right? That's how everyone was viewing Sam Bankman-Fried and what was going on at FTX. And now this whole thing's gone bust. And we see billions of dollars of wealth lost, trillions of dollars of market cap lost in the overall cryptocurrency space over the last year. It's been brutal. We got a little bit of a ways to go, but I want to keep on reminding you guys, I want to remain positive that on the other side of this thing, if we are just even halfway right, if we just get a fraction of what we're talking about capturing, generational wealth will be created. You will, at the very least, change your life. So I remain confident. And guys, I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to answer the question, is now a good time to buy? Just let's never ask that question again, because that means that you don't understand what you're investing in. Now, I've laid out where this market's kind of going, and I do think that the bottom is still not in. But when it comes to certain things, we're not waiting around. I'm not waiting around for my silver. I'm not waiting around for my suppressed assets. Silver, XRP, okay? And suppressed assets that are being heavily manipulated and that you're not able to get easily. Your silver, you're not able to get easily. You're paying well over spot. Your dealer's running short. He's telling you, and I'm hearing plenty of stories of dealers not even able to get in their supply. Okay, that's great. I'm seeing the same thing with XRP. Ripple's not giving any to the exchanges. The exchanges are in a liquidity crisis. Do you think that those exchanges have your XRP? Something to consider. Do they have the rest of your cryptocurrency? Or do they just got digits on a screen? Do they just got Tether? Do they just got, you know, a nice big bag of Tether like we're seeing here? Folks, we've laid it all out, and I hope you guys have been taking action, because this has been a great buying opportunity for those of you guys that were prepared. Okay. And are we prepared to go lower? Yes. Fundamentally, we're not done. Fundamentally, this is just getting started. This is the first wave of a ongoing pandemic, financial pandemic. The contagion is spreading, right? And what we've been investing in this whole time, why we can sleep soundly at night, is the new paradigm of responsible innovation. So I appreciate all of you guys for joining me tonight. It is always a pleasure. I just want to say thank you, Kay. I will be dropping some more content tomorrow. And then, like I said, I got an interview. Molly Elmore is going to be coming on my show Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Really looking forward to that session. And we got a lot of good stuff on the way. So make sure you guys hit that notification bell. Don't miss any of our content. And if you guys can on the way out, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up. Now, I do want to actually spend a few moments here having a Q&A session. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you guys please, before you type out your question, before you answer, before I can get to the Q&A session, hit that thumbs up for your boy. I greatly appreciate you guys. Okay, let's get right into it. What are we working with? Beth, I appreciate you. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone on TikTok, YouTube. You are crazy. Call me whatever you want. It's not going to change us. Our program continues to be a success and we will not stop, and we continue to resist evil every single day of our lives. May God help us as we ride through this storm, through the chaos to the other side. It's going to be an amazing opportunity. But if you want to call me crazy, that's fine. Call me whatever you want. Doesn't matter. You don't need Ethereum, period. No. And I wouldn't touch it because it's corrupt. It's holding back humanity. Gold and silver will be the leaders for real tangible assets. Silver is the best ROI on the metal market today, hyper suppressed by design from the criminals. Folks, if you're looking to get tapped in 401k retirement accounts, start the process now. It takes a little bit of time, but get in touch with my partners. Link on down below for the precious metals, or head to my website. It's the very top precious metals link. Get in touch with my people and see if your program, if your retirement account qualifies. Also, if you're a big hitter and you're ready to make a decent sized allocation, you got to have $20,000 in savings or liquid, and you got to be willing to make a minimum $5,000 investment, but they will ship it to your house. So that is my gold partner, and they're a very reputable source. If you're looking to make that move, I would say and recommend get the process started right away, because it takes time to cancel out the program that's been a failure, your 401k that's been getting wiped out. You know, a lot of people I've talked with their 401ks. Now, obviously, the people within my group are tapped in. They're looking at their 401k. They're aware. But I'm talking about in my regular life, people that I talk to, right? They don't even look at their 401k that often. They're not even watching it that closely, right? And then they come in, they check in lately, and they just see it's been completely wiped out. And this is so sad. Like, it's not a joke. It's supposed to be your retirement, your savings to take you through to the end, and it's getting just wiped out, right? And not only is the precious metals it's holding really well, but it's had great returns, very strong returns. Just here recently. The contagion is real. Absolutely. The contagion is real. Ethereum virtual machine is the code that Vitalik stole as he slept on the couch trying to get hired by Ripple. Yeah, many people forget that Vitalik was trying to get a job at Ripple. Great job, bro. What about XLM? You didn't really talk about that coin. Yes, deep dive is going to be coming next week. I know I've said that about 10 times, but I'm just going to say that again. Deep dive on XLM coming next week. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for your patience. What about the Powerball scam? Yeah, see, that's the Powerball is for poor people. The lottery's for poor people. I feel like, I just feel like it's a waste of time. I mean, it's a dream, it's a hope and a prayer, and people want to do everything. They want to buy a lottery ticket. They want to invest in Dogecoin rocket. I wasn't supposed to say that. They want to invest in nonsense. They want to do a hope and prayer program. If they have a 401k, they don't even check it. Instead of building real value, figuring out, how do I get a raise this year? Hey, boss, I am learning this new skill. I want more responsibility. I want to bring more value to the company. I want to bring in more money for myself. But first, I want to show you how I'm going to bring in more value for this company. I've learned these new skills. I want this much more responsibility. Let me show you how much money I can help you make. That's what you do right now, instead of buying a lottery ticket. I mean, I'm not hating on the lottery game. I'm just saying, you get the mentality. For me, I don't waste any time on distractions. I know I'm going to get a return in my businesses. I know I'm going to get a return on these cryptocurrency digital assets. I know I'm going to get a return on the suppressed asset that is silver. The precious metals heavily manipulated. Jamie Lynn McLaughlin, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, Jamie. 10 spot. I like crazy. You've been nothing but real as always. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, we don't want to be like these lames. These other guys are lames at best. You got these guys that are just shills. You got these guys that are just lame. I can't do either one of that. I can't do those programs. You just got a raise. That's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. What about the red wave? I don't care about who gets elected, who is serving us. When I made the video saying, hey, you know, I was just trolling TikTok. That was just a troll. What did I say? It was so stupid. Oh, do you guys hear that? That's the tsunami sirens. Apparently, it's not just going to be a red wave. It's going to be a red tsunami. And all the freaking, and I feed into it because, like I said, I'm trolling. But I don't give a shit, you know? And that's what it was reported on. That's what it was supposed to be. That was my prediction. And like I said, I'm refraining from giving my opinion on elections. To anyone watching this, to the fact checkers, let the record state that I have no opinion on our elections right now. I have none. I casted my vote for who I thought is best fit. I am closed lips. I'm not saying anything on this election right now. Yet. Till that Rumble rant comes in. And then I'm going to probably flip my desk upside down. Because that's how I feel. But, as I said, I don't spend a second letting that distract me from what needs to be done. Now, that would be a lie because sometimes I do lose focus and I get busy, you know, looking at nonsense and looking at this crap, right? But for the most part, I am just looking at how do I grow my business every single day? How do I build my community out better? How do I get my prepping game up? How do I learn, you know, how to trade cryptocurrency? How do I make money whether it's going up or down right now? And I'm on a lucky streak right now. Thank you, God. But, you know, it's just that's not how generational wealth gets made. But it's just part of staying tapped in, understanding where the market's going. Right now, I told you guys, I'm on the sidelines. I'm not trading right now. This market's jacked up. No one has liquidity. I don't even know what that means. My tether on Qcoin, what does that even mean? Right? It's just there in cyberspace, and there's some entity across the water in Hong Kong or wherever Qcoin's based out of, which Qcoin's been decent, you know, and this is what I was saying is that Uphold and Coinbase, some of these exchanges are going to meet regulations. They're going to pass, like they're going to be it. But these exchanges go down because these networks go down and then liquidity drops. The exchanges have to shut down. So that doesn't mean that you can't really necessarily trust them or that they're going to go bankrupt. Well, we don't trust them, but that doesn't mean that they're going to go bankrupt. That doesn't mean that they're going to go bust. Okay. But yeah, I mean, plausible that Elon buys FTX and combines with Twitter for a 2-to-1 rebrand of one huge super app. I don't think it's, you know, you'd be buying two companies that are about to go bankrupt. Today, he even hinted at the fact that they could go bankrupt with Twitter, which is not at the end of the world. People get confused about that. Same deal with Trump. Oh, Trump bankrupted all these companies. No, it's a business strategy. And, you know, that's what good business guys do is they go in and they find opportunity and they fix it. It's just like fixing up a home in need of a repair, right? You go in and you fix what's broken and you know, save the asset. You save what's there of value, right? That's all that is, the bankruptcy strategy. But nonetheless, yeah, I could see Twitter going bankrupt, and I could you know, see him. He's already started to integrate payments. There's no need for him to buy FTX, in my opinion. CZ, after one day of looking at it, if we want to even believe that they were seriously about to buy them, and LOI doesn't really mean that much. Even a signed LOI doesn't really even mean that much in the world of business, actually. But I mean, it's only as good as your contract is, and as willing as you're willing to fight it in court, however much money you're willing to fight that, because people back out of deals and sign contracts all the time. In the world of business, there's always somebody that's trying to take advantage of you. I can tell you that firsthand. So buying FTX, I don't think there's a play. Integrating payments is already done. It's already being worked on. It's not done, but it's being worked on. What else, guys? Elon is a bad actor. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he wore the New World Order jacket, playing his part, playing his role. But, you know, these guys entertain me, and I never get offended, and I just focus on my business. I focus on what I'm building. Those serial numbers on your metals track you. Yeah, I mean, there's a whole there's a whole game to going off the record, going off the radar with your assets and everything. That's a whole different game. How far do you want to go with it? Beth, I love those stickers. I love the stickers that are on TikTok. If most would subscribe to Twitter for a nominal fee, it would survive. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how I can pay for my check mark because I'm tired of people getting scammed. So I'm trying to figure out how. I just can't. I've updated the app. I don't know if it's not available for us in the United States or if I'm just stupid. I know I am stupid when it comes to technology, so that's probably what it is. But yeah, I'm trying to, I mean, $8 to stop my community from getting scammed all day. I would pay 10 times that. Seriously. I'd pay $100 a month for Twitter checkmark. And I mean, look at what these guys were paying. These guys got finessed. BitBoy Crypto paying $15,000 for a check mark. Others paying, you know, tens of thousands of dollars for a check mark. That was a racket, man. There's no reason I shouldn't be verified on TikTok. There's no reason why I shouldn't be verified on all the platforms. What do we just hit? 48,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone. It means the world to me. All of you guys that have shown support over the last year, we really started hitting YouTube hard, and to see the growth all the way up to 48,000 subscribers, well on our way to 50. I'm sure we'll hit it here shortly. So thank you so much. We'll be have to have a 50K party. And remember, however high my subscriber count goes is how high XRP will go. So if you guys are looking for 50,000 XRP, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you, guys. Matt, thank you for the 10 spot. Zach, plausible that Elon buys FTX and combines with Twitter for a 2-to-1 rebrand of one huge super app. Matt, yeah, so I did answer your question before you gave me so generously gave me that super chat, which I appreciate your support. Yeah, so I'm sure that you heard my response there. They're already integrating payments. No need to buy FTX, but I mean, someone's going to acquire FTX. Someone's going to take those assets, right? We're at an all-time high for mergers and acquisitions, and it's going to be prevalent in the cryptocurrency space, to say the least. Prevalent in the crypto space. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think the government can force us to give them our XRP stored on a cold wallet? I don't like to go down hypothetical stories like that because you can go with it as far as you want. And, you know, if the government robs me, if they take my XRP or whatever, then that's what we're going to be up against. And we're going to fight that in a court of law. I mean, it'll be a class action lawsuit. I'll be signed on it. We'll have to wait years for it to settle. So you better have a secondary plan. And this is why we talk about, we're not waiting for XRP to save our life, to you know, take us to paradise alone. It's just one part of our strategy. And so that's the thing, is we don't know what's going to happen, right? It could be stalled out for another year in the lawsuit. Right now, I'm looking at XDC and Algorand. XDC and Algorand are the two cryptocurrencies that I'm kind of looking at potentially swooping up. I already had let go of my bags at a loss, and now we're back down here to a level. I can't remember when I sold them off. But yeah, I was down on all of my crypto, my IOTA, my XDC, and Electronium, a couple other ones. And so I sold off all of those at a loss, moved it into my trading bag, and I did that 4 months ago. And then I've grown that trading bag 100%. So I basically have got back. And I was looking at how much XRP I could buy with my trading bag, and I was like, man. Because I was thinking about moving my tether to XRP today, just so that I could say, like, if KuCoin goes bust and I'm in the bankruptcy process with them, I can have my claim that I had XRP on that exchange at the time that they went bust, and I can fight that out in a court of law. And if that's the way it goes, I probably won't get paid what it's worth. But that's the game we're playing, guys, and that's what we're up against. It's a rigged game. It's a rigged casino. And just the way that they've made this so difficult to even acquire XRP. Zach, you remind me of house flipper guys trying to sell me a training program. Yeah. I mean, I'm a natural salesman. I could speak here all night. Remember last year when I was doing like 6-hour TikTok lives? I can go all night long. I think the longest one that I did last year was 8 hours. I think I did an 8-hour stream on TikTok last year. Yeah. So I can do a marathon stream, and I am a natural salesman, but here's where I come from. I come from a small town, and I come from running a business in a small town. So I don't sell, quote unquote, sell or speak anything that I don't believe in 100%, that I don't use myself, and that I don't have the most conviction in. So no bullshit, no BS, God as my witness. I want to do right by everyone. And so that's why, I don't mind that you refer to me as that, because I could be here all night selling whatever I'm selling. I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I'm not here to be your financial advisor. I am telling you about my program. Yeah, I'm telling you about my program. So, Law, New York City Law, thank you for the 5 spot. What do you think about Kendra Hill theory? I believe Kendra Hill was a real insider. I believe that a lot of what she says is real. Specifically, the thing that excites me the most is talking about how XRP was actually not meant for cross-border payments, but it was meant for the derivatives market, which is a much larger market, which means that we get more rich. That our generational wealth is going to be a little bit bigger than if we were just a cross-border payment solution, because cross-border payments is a big use case. It's about $250 billion per year settled at Swift, and you have multiple quadrillions. Shadow asset class that is derivatives. You have quadrillions of derivatives. So that's what I get excited about with the Kendra Hill theory. But I think that she was a real person, a real insider. Might have even been a dude that just took up the name Kendra Hill. All of these XRP insiders, I believe, are real people. I don't think I listen to every word they say. Every word they say. Kendra Hill, Tony Valentino, I'm trying to think of a few others, the Bearable guy. I mean, think about this. Mr. Poole, I was thinking yesterday about the Christmas, what was it? It was the Christmas scene with the bear, right? And they got the churn there, and they're churning all the cryptocurrencies up. We're seeing that play out in real time right now. Now, how the hell is that possible? That some anonymous account just puts together this picture, right? And we're all trying to decode it, right? But if you just look at the main picture, they show just a churn of shit coins being produced, right? And they're going on into the fire. And then you see all the pool posts, right? And all the connections that have been made there. That's all a lot of fun for me. That's all a lot of fun. And looking at all these theories, looking at all that is good fun. I think people are too quick to get excited one way or the other. Like it's absolute gospel, and then it's absolutely nonsense. And like people don't even, they hate so much on XRP just because there's a Riddler conspiracy theory side of the community. Zach, you look tired. Get some rest. MC, yeah, the whole daylight saving things has thrown me off this week. And then I've been actually working this week. And then with all the chaos too, I've been like I've just been nonstop. This week's been crazy, man. Yeah. I know I've been getting that comment a lot. Zach, you look tired. I'm like, yeah. Zach, you look stressed out. I'm like, yeah, we're hustling. Cheers. Like, bro, we're in a war. I have a daughter I gotta take care of every damn day. She's the only one that makes me calm. Her and wifey, my girls keep me calm. Wifey and the baby, holding her. That's what brings me back down. That's what calms me back down. You look stressed out. Bro, our country's been hijacked. No, yeah, I've been hustling too. And the whole like daylight savings thing's got me messed up because at 4:30 it starts to get dark here and it's just terrible. It sucks. People are verifying fake Twitter accounts. Yeah, I don't even know why I can't figure it out. I'm just that stupid when it comes to technology. It is terrible. Why did they do this to us? Daylight savings is terrible. It's a terrible idea. A few more questions, folks. What are we working with? Oh, do we get another subscriber? Oh, we got 2 more subscribers on TikTok. We're up to 16. I got a goal of 17 subscribers on TikTok. So we're trying to hit, who's going to be the 17th subscriber? Someone's going to be able to say that they were the 17th subscriber to the TikTok channel. Yes, they want to get us out of rhythm, Jemmy. I believe, yes, absolutely. Get us out of rhythm. And that's the thing is I've been waking up early too. I've been waking up an hour early too. I'm just like wide awake and then I know shit's popping off. So I'm like, okay, I got to get to my phone right away, which is so unhealthy, so toxic. See, I'm aware of a lot of the toxic stuff that I'm doing, you know. Yeah. I'll be able to rest one day. After I create my generational wealth, we'll chill. Hit that bag. Yeah, I was talking about that with you guys recently, right? About how I need to get working out again. I need to get moving again. This correction will expose crypto's real value. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be awesome. We've been waiting for this. Zach Media should be barred from calling elections. That's the thing. You know, I was just having fun. And like I said, I don't care. I made money. I know who was elected. I don't know. I made money on my Bitcoin short. You know, I was ready to buy the dip. Decided to hold off because I don't think that the bottom's in yet. But you know, we're in a good position, right? I mean, we're blessed. Don't care who's elected. Business is great. Family's healthy. What else do I need? I don't need Trump to save me. I don't need anybody to save me. Am I going to vote for Trump again? Cheers, everyone. We have another subscriber, Pipeliner. Pipeliner is the 17th subscriber on TikTok. We got a party going on. We have reached our goal. TikTok, thank you so much for the support, guys. History is being made. You and I are on the same page. Yes. Yeah. Johnny pulled up. Uphold not allowing XRP withdrawals. Had one withdrawal sit for 20 minutes to my cold storage and they canceled it. 3 tries not working, John. That's what I'm saying, man. So many reports coming in from all of the exchanges. Even though I believe Uphold will make it through regulations, they're going to make it through to the other side. I have mad respect that they have XRP listed, but these exchanges still go down when the liquidity shock happens. And that's what we're up against. That's what we're up against. Now, we've talked about keeping a little bit on these exchanges because you want to have your exit strategy. Like if you're going to sell any of these assets, you have to have them on the exchange. You know, maybe you are willing to keep it on cold storage and then wait until it's time to sell and then move it from your cold storage to your exchange and then sell it. But that's just another step that you're going to have to take. And then these markets move so damn quick. So that's why we are going to be so shaken up, guys, for years to come. For years to come, guys. We are here, me and you, going through a storm for years to come. And I didn't mean to say a storm. Going through volatility. This thing's not going to be set up. This thing's not going to be like running smoothly for a couple years. And I think that we're in the worst of it. I think that we're going to be going through the worst of it. But then even after we get through the liquidity crisis, insolvencies, going bust, make it through to the other side, finally, we get regulatory clarity from the government. Finally, the SEC admits they have no case. They settle up with Ripple or whatever they do. Then the cryptos go crazy and the exchanges won't going to be able to handle it on the upside. The exchanges can't handle the liquidity crisis now. You think they're going to pay you out all this money? They don't want to pay out your losses. The little bit of funds that you're trying to save, they don't want to pay out. And I've seen it before. I've seen XRP go on a pump. It was back, XRP, it was back in, right before the lawsuit was announced. Right before the lawsuit was announced in 2020, XRP went on a pump, middle of the night. It went up from about 60 cents or so, up towards $1, middle of the night. And then Coinbase shut down. And that was when you could still buy XRP on Coinbase. And then it just shut down out of nowhere. And then it was like a few weeks later or a month later, that's when the lawsuit was dropped. So it was pumping in the middle of the night, hit upwards of $1. Excuse me. Hit upwards of $1, and then Coinbase shuts down, and then that started it rolling over. And then shortly thereafter, the lawsuit was dropped, SEC against Ripple, and then that's what took us down to the lows of 17 cents or wherever we went, like right after that lawsuit was announced. So we've seen the games before. It'll happen on the downside, liquidity crisis, insolvencies, and it's going to happen at the top side, on the bull run, on the going crazy, on the See, Johnny, this is what's exciting, is we're going to be here in a couple years coming back on here, or maybe even a year's time. Maybe we're only about a year away from this. As you know, all this occurs, we start that utility bull run that we've all been waiting for. And we're going to be coming back on this show. I'm going to be complaining. You're going to be complaining. I'm going to say my sell order didn't go through. You're going to say my sell order didn't go through. You know, or I was able to sell, but now they're making me KYC again before they'll send me my cash, my money, before I can give up my reserve digital currency for cbdc USD. They won't give me my US cbdc. Yeah, no. And I'm not trying to hate on anybody that's going to sell at these lower prices, because everyone has a different strategy. Everyone's in a different spot in life. So everyone needs to have their own strategy. I've already laid out my strategy for you guys. I don't need to repeat it again. You guys know where I'm at, but that's where we're going to be at. Think about that. In a year's time here, we're going to be coming back and complaining that we can't get our sell orders to go through when XRP's at $10 or XRP goes to $33. You guys are awesome. Arthur, you have been with me. You have been with me for a while, my friend. Yeah. Do you believe in climate change, pace, fear? No. I believe in weather manipulation, and I believe that I believe in weather manipulation. I'll just leave it at that. I believe in climate change. The climate does change. Yes. Should we live like peasants and eat bugs? I will never. It's absolutely not necessary. Absolutely not necessary. We have the means and the technology to solve all these problems and create such an advanced civilization if we actually used real energy solutions. So is the answer us living like peasants, eating bugs, not procreating, not having any purpose in life? No, absolutely not. Yeah. So right now, we look at this chart here, Bitcoin chart. And people just don't understand this right here. That's your new moon. For people that have been wondering about this pattern, you get bullish energy around a new moon 5 days before, 5 days after. Now, this is the 4-hour chart. So you go back here, the 25th was the new moon. So 5 days before that gives us the 20th. And look at what happened. Right on the 20th, or right on the 21st here, 5 a.m. in the morning on the 21st of October, we reach a bottom, a low of 18,600. Then we start to move on up. And on the day of that new moon, partial solar eclipse, we moved all the way up to 21,000 down here from 19.2. Look at that move that took place just over one day, right? And then we continued, we finished, and we just recently topped off here. That top came in at this level here, and that's going to be right at about 21.5. And that was right before we roll over around this right here. That's going to be your full moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse. And it was a date that we've been watching for a very long time coming. And look at how well that played out. Now, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to show you guys this just for more verification on this pattern. This is the moon phase pattern. You guys can see over here on the left on TradingView. Right here, I'm using the moon phase pattern. Anyone can type this in. It's a very simple moon phase pattern. And it's going to show you where the new moons happen and then the full moons. Now, the new moons are these lighter gray circles, these brighter circles, and the full moons are these darker ones, okay? So as you can see, let's look at this thing. Look at what happened, right? Right around these new moons, that's when we get the bullish energy, right? Now, what happens with these eclipses is these eclipses can actually bring about even more energy than on just these regular moon phase patterns. So that's why we've been watching this so closely going back now for a year. And you see here. Now let me zoom in here actually, because this is so fascinating for me. Back to the 4-hour chart. Let me fix this chart real quick for you guys. Right here. Back to this 4-hour chart. Remember what everyone was talking about right here over this period from the end of last month here, the last couple weeks of October? This thing was bullish. We were at 20K. We were hanging out very well, right? Hanging above 21, and then we finally break above 21K, 21.5. Everyone's telling you that the bottom's already in, right? And then we were warning. We said, guys, hold on to your britches. We're about to go for a ride because the bearish energy comes around this full moon. Oh, and by the way, it's a blood moon. And it's a full lunar eclipse. And it's on the same day as the United States election. And this is why I say by the grace of God, we were given this opportunity. Short the hell out of Bitcoin and buy these cryptocurrencies, these suppressed assets that are going to change the world at a much, much cheaper price. And having the foreknowledge that we knew that this was inevitable. We knew we had to clean out the cryptocurrency space. Will it keep going down? That's the $1 million question. Fundamentally, yes, I do believe so. But here, guys, I'm thank you for asking me that, because it made me want to bring up a point. There's a serious scenario here, guys, where we kind of just range for a while at these levels. So don't think that the bottom's going to come in and we're just going to be well back on our way. Like, we can hang out at these levels for a while. And you think about psychology wise, we just broke through the previous highs of the last bull run. 20K was the previous highs of the last bull run. And that's why we had so much support from only, briefly going down to 17,600 in June. That was the yearly low, was in June, 17,600. Then one time we tapped down at 18,100. Then we tapped down at 18.5 just last month, right? And then we peak back up at 25,000 in August. Everyone gets excited, right? Remember when we were back at 25K in August during the summer? Good times are rolling. But then they shook us out once again here, and you guys have seen we've just been trending sideways for a while. We knew something was about to break. It came through perfectly, but there's no reason to think that we're like just going to bounce out and back recover from this, because we've gone into a new level, a new territory. This is unprecedented territory for Bitcoin, how it's traditionally traded. So this is why people are suggesting that we can go down to 14K, we can go down to 10K, and we've gotten very, very close recently, right? So we went all the way down to 15,600. 15,600 right here on the chart. This is KuCoin 4-hour chart. You can see here 15,600. So what did I say? I said, guys, we can easily see 14 to 12K can easily be done in the blink of an eye. That's specifically what I said, word for word, in the blink of an eye, with ease. Sure enough, get pretty damn close. From 21.5 all the way down to 15K, and the red candles were absolutely massive. I mean, look at this, over this time frame, so quickly this thing turned on us. So quickly. Wanted to measure this. Now from the high of about 21.5 down all the way to this low, that's a 27% correction. And actually it happened over just a few days. That was 5 days. Yeah, about 4 or 5 days. Friday, November 4th through November 9th. Right? And the real blood, the real carnage began right there on the 8th. Right there on the 8th as we started that new date. So 30% move. And this is what the markets do to you guys. You guys got to hang in there, because this is what the markets are going to do to you. They're going to wear you out. They're going to beat you down. We've been 10 months into a recession, 10 months into a bear market. Okay. And we can hang out here for another few months. So is it going to go lower? Fundamentally, I think we still need to go lower. And then as far as timeline, I have no other further dates for you guys. I'm going to go back to my research. I'm going to look forward, see what we can find. I will report back. As of right now, I'm kind of just sitting back and appreciating the fact that this thesis was building out over months. Looking forward to this date over nearly a year. And then to finally see it all come out. And, you know, it happens so quickly. So this is what the markets do. Be prepared. But we're already at very attractive prices for me on all of these utility cryptocurrencies. So I will just say that. Okay, folks, I am going to wrap up this session. As I said, get ready for that interview on Saturday with Molly Elmore, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're looking to get into our Discord group, you can join our Patreon. That will get you access to the Discord group. And we would love to see you guys for our weekly call on Saturday. That's at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, a.m. time. And then our new schedule, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. We went for almost an hour and a half tonight. Great session. I appreciate all of you guys so much for hanging in with me. And if you can do me a huge favor, please smash that thumbs up on the way out for me. Okay, we'll see you in the next one. God bless you all. Whoa. Let's bring it back. Crypto King, massive. Crypto King showed up with a 20 spot. What are your thoughts on... Okay. Whoa. Crypto King, you're asking too much, brother. What are your thoughts on... I'm not going to say that country. Fake Sun, HARP, cloud seeding with drones. This whole system needs to be collapsed, as the NWO can offer a newer, better solution like CBDC. It's always problem reaction solution. Earlier in this episode, Crypto King, I appreciate that super chat. Earlier in this episode, I specifically mentioned how that country is the model country. So yes, they created a fake sun, right? They are creating a new world reality over there. HARP, the cloud seeding, all of it is real technology. Cloud seeding with drones. I mean, whether they're doing it with drones doesn't matter. We know that they're doing it with the planes, right? That's already been well documented. And then weather warfare has been well documented, right, since the decades ago. So that's proven, right? We understand that that is real. But then they're going to a whole new level with their ability to control us through the modern day technology. And the CBDCs are the final piece to that puzzle. Once you can track all movements, everything, all money, all thought, you own humanity, right? And you can really create your own reality, which, in my opinion, the reality that they're looking to create is not one that sounds fun to me, doesn't sound like one that I want to participate in. And so that's why it's so important that we understand how to acquire assets that are going to help us live outside of that reality, outside of that system, outside of that social credit score, outside of that CBDC. Like, I'm not worried about using the CBDC. If I have to use the CBDC, I'm not really that worried about it, because I also have other assets that will help me move without, outside of the CBDC system. I worry about our government. Yes, been very clear about that. They always overextend their power. We need to take back the power from our government. I mean, and the model that's already well advanced in other countries needs to be seen as an example of what not to do with this technology. In America, I think that we can lead the way. I think that we can lead the way if we allow free market enterprise entrepreneurs and capitalists to use distributed ledger technology to bring us into an internet of value where we are able to freely exchange not only ideas through the internet, but payments and currency as well, with no intermediaries, no friction. As easy as sending a text, you'll be able to send value of any sort. And that's going to be a beautiful thing. But one would be blind to see how far these countries, these model countries, are along with their agenda, with their program. And that's a society that I don't want to live in. I mean, it is a sci-fi horror film, the scenes that I'm seeing come from out of that country. The videos, the stories, it is not, it doesn't make me feel right as a human to see what's going on over there. Crypto King. Massive 20 spot, Crypto King. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. It's such a great point, though, a great discussion that needs to be had. And unfortunately, we can't speak about it freely. We have to limit our conversation. I have to bite my tongue speaking on this. I have to be careful. I can't mention the country's name. But that's my thoughts on it, right? I have ways to operate outside of the system. I'm not scared of the system. I will never sell my soul. I'm not going to put a chip in me. I don't participate in programs that I think don't work. And I'll just leave it at that. Right? So I'm considering it all. I mean, I have to think about sending my daughter to a school system that's programmed to indoctrinate. So I think about it all every single day. I think about, how do I get good food? How do I get good water? And that's what's sad, is they're doing all of this warfare, but they tell us that we need to live like peasants. We have countries that are destroying the planet in ways far worse than anything we could ever do. But yet we're the ones that have to live like peasants. That doesn't make sense to me, unless those people are really just trying to shut us down, really trying to stall out humanity. They don't want to see the progress of humanity and where we can go and how we can use these technologies to benefit us. So that's what we're up against. That's the main battle. And I'm going to be fighting. I'm going to be resisting this evil till the day I die. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. They're able to, so yeah, I'm well aware of like Project Bluebeam, all of these different things. I mean, they're manipulating our reality. They're manipulating our reality, and they're doing everything they can to control our reality, from our thoughts to our biology, everything. All right, folks, it's been a pleasure. I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, guys. I am going to take off for the evening, and I will make sure we're going to drop a little bit of content tomorrow and then a massive interview with Molly Elmore coming on Saturday. I'm super hyped about it. Hope to see you guys all there. Hit that notification bell and make sure you guys do me a favor and smash that thumbs up on the way out. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.